What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another review. We are here for House of the Dragons episode 10, and it is the season finale, and it's been waiting for, obviously the last episode we were building to the big war that is coming, and to spoil anything here, this is going to be the spoiler-free review, and there's lots of things that we do need to talk about. So we do get an answer to, obviously, our big confrontation from last episode. So we do get Rhaenys. She comes in and actually talks to Daemon and Rhaenyra, so they're having their conversation, and they do get the news that obviously has been doing some big moves in King's Landing, where obviously they're in Dragonstone and they're just sort of living out their lives with obviously growing their big family and really dealing with what they wanted to do all along. And it has been nice to see them obviously develop, even though their relationship is quite complex, but that's what we've come to expect. But Alicent has put Aegon in front of obviously all of King's Landing and has made him to be the new king, and that was the end of last episode. So we do get Rhaenys. She comes in and she does inform Rhaenyra and Daemon that this has happened, and obviously you can see the conflict that is happening. There are a number of events that are happening in the same time that really sort of delve into what's going to be coming in season 2. I was a little bit worried in terms of how they were going to go for season 2. I thought maybe the writing was going to really be stretched out, but at this point in time they've done really well, and I do like the situations that are coming, and we can see this episode is obviously Rhaenyra and Daemon focused in terms of them getting ready for the big war that is coming, where before it was obviously Alicent and the other King's Landing people, so that was their moment sort of preparing for what's going to happen. And I do like the power plays that are coming, where obviously Alicent is having a number of issues in terms of a number of internal conflicts about how she's going to deal with Rhaenyra, because Rhaenyra is not going to give up her power, and we know that she wants to be obviously in line for the, well, she was named as the heir and she's coming for what is rightfully hers, where there is such good conflicts. They do reuse a number of set pieces, like Dragonstone. We are using that bridge again, but that bridge is used so well. Obviously they've captured the tone and the atmosphere for really announcing Rhaenyra in. We do get so much more in terms of the dragons. We get to see a number of different things in terms of all the people riding their dragons. But really, they are establishing Rhaenyra and her presence and what she wants, and she's coming in where we get a interaction between Otto and Daemon. I do really enjoy their conflict in terms of they're always trying to one-up each other, and that was so good in terms of them standing on the bridge, having their little back and forth. But then Rhaenyra comes in, and the way she's presented is absolutely incredible. I like how she has developed. She's had such a good character arc. You can see that she's really blossoming into what she needs to be able to really strike her claim for obviously the Iron Throne, where we don't get heaps of different all the side characters, where we are sort of mainly focused on our main feud, but we are dealing with a number of feuds that are happening. So obviously Aemond, he's coming back in, and he's such a good character in terms of Daemon is really good as well, but I really like how he's sort of developed. We do get to see what's under the eye patch, so it's not a spoiler, and it's such a good conflict in terms of what's going to happen with them, so stay tuned in terms of him really being able to dominate the screen, where before he's had moments where he's been able to, but this one he really sort of sets the scene, and we do get our conflict resolution, and we get to see his dragon. His dragon is massive, so that if it's not a spoiler, but we do get to, obviously the dragon that he's claimed is 5 times the size of any other dragon, and we do get our first dragon battle. And it's such a good battle, the atmosphere, they're fighting in a storm, and it's so good. I'm not going to tell you which dragon he's fighting, but it's so good, the conflict in terms of seeing the dragons fight. I was worried that maybe the dragon fighting was going to be a little bit sort of cliche, or CGI wasn't going to be able to keep up, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and the cliffhanger at the end in terms of where we're going to go is such a good cliffhanger. I like it. I know it's not really a cliffhanger because we know what's going to come if you've read any of the source material, but we sort of know what's going to happen, and I'm really enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it too. Questions, put them in the comments below, and you know what to do. We've got so much coming. We've got Movie Talks, which is a podcast that's out on Apple and Spotify. We've got the vodcast on the channel, so make sure you check that out as well. I'm live on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:45 Australian Central Standard Time. And you know what to do. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more on the channel. So make sure you tell your friends.